Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of lifestyle vlogs, show a lot of my experience with motherhood. I also talk a little bit about personal finance and what we're doing with like our savings and our budgeting and stuff, having debt. If you're interested in any of those topics, make sure that you subscribe. Today's video is going to be a little bit more focused on pregnancy because I'm at the end of it. In fact, when you see this, I should have a baby, which is insane to me. In fact, a week from today, like my C-section should be done by now. Today I wanted to talk about my third trimester in general and kind of give you a recap of how it went since I basically have a week left. I'm 38 weeks. I will be giving birth at 39 weeks and 2 days. I'm at the end. I don't think anything crazy is gonna happen this week that I will miss out on telling you, but I'm sure I'll tell you on Instagram or TikTok. If you are one of my people in my community that like really want to see baby and everything like that, like a little bit more up to date, I would follow me on Instagram or TikTok just because it's a little bit easier to post over there. I'll try to remember to put up a community post as well, just letting you guys know that everything's okay. Maybe I'll tell you the gender. I definitely will tell you on Instagram, so if you guys are interested in that, make sure you're following me or at least go and check everything out starting in early February. Today, let's talk about third trimester. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite products that I use, cravings and aversions, because my aversions came back. Things for myself, like what I did for myself, what was really helpful, maybe what wasn't helpful. A couple of doctor things that happened if you didn't watch some of my other vlogs where I kind of told you about it throughout the vlog, and then some symptoms. So I got a little list right here. Let's go through it and talk about how third trimester went. And one of these next videos that you guys see is gonna be with another baby. I like literally I'm gonna cry if I keep talking about it. Like I'm excited, but I'm also pretty terrified. Okay, so a couple of my favorite products this third trimester, most of them I've had this entire trimester, this entire pregnancy. I wanted to say some things that like really stood out and were really helpful this trimester. So the Osea face wash and body oils. I'll talk about this in a minute. When I shower in the morning, I have been using the Osea face wash, and I don't know, it's so fresh and it has such a like a nice scent. It just wakes me up and makes me feel good. So like even outside of pregnancy, I love this stuff, and I just have to say, knowing that it's like good for my body, it smells really good. This scent in particular, just like my body loves. I've also been using their body oil, which I was using a different lotion for a while on like my belly and stuff, but then when I got this body oil from Osea, I started using that instead. I used that my whole pregnancy with Ivy and postpartum. I love this stuff. I will say if you don't like oil, you won't like this. Like it's very oily, but especially for if you have a really dry skin, or I say stretch marks, but like I still got stretch marks. I got them last time too. It's a hereditary thing. It's a body thing. Like you can't stop stretch marks with a lotion, I don't believe, and I've never seen anything that's like actually truthful about that, but it made my stomach feel nice and moisturized. It helped keep that area moisturized so that it wasn't cracking or there wasn't any extra stretch marks. You know, it was just the stretch marks from the fact that I'm carrying a gigantic baby in a very small area, you know. So I really like both of those. I think I put pictures up on the screen of them, but I will also link those down below if you're interested. Another thing, I think if you guys watched me in my last pregnancy too, my mama sweatshirts from Brooklyn Grace, I've got 3 of them. As soon as she puts out a purple one, I'll be getting that one as well. I love these. They're so soft, they're so warm, they're oversized, and they're just my most comfortable sweatshirt. They don't like get tight up here as I'm gaining weight, and like, you know, my neck and my face and everything is, I don't want anything really close to my neck, and I just love these. They make me feel put together. They're cute, they're pretty, they're also like very high quality sweatshirts. So I will link those down below as well if you like them. I have a red one, a pink one, and a dark green one. CRZ yoga pants are also something I've been using a lot of, maternity specific, that I got from Amazon. We haven't been using Amazon as much anymore. We're trying to purchase from like better brands, I guess you could say, but I think CRZ Yoga is still a brand that I'll continue to purchase from in the future. So I have a pair of just plain black leggings from them, plain brown leggings, and black flares from them that I literally cut off the bottom because they were too long. But I wear those all the time, and they're so comfortable. They're just like, they're constantly worn. I wear CRZ yoga leggings outside of pregnancy. I'll be wearing these a bit postpartum until I'm feeling a little bit better about after C-section abs and all that kind of stuff. Not abs, but like my actual abdomen muscles. I've really loved those. As far as cravings and aversions go, I would say a couple of aversions have been scents, like I said, and anything bad smelling. Like, so there's just like a lot of scents that I'm sensitive to. The smell of cumin, or the smell of some of the stuff that Ben is cooking, which is actually another aversion. Anything that I ate in first trimester, I don't ever want to see again. Specifically the things that Ben used to make me when I was really sick, which is like kimbap from Trader Joe's, these falafel. Whenever he makes falafel, I literally feel like I'm going to die. But anything bad smelling, you know, like bad breath. Like, I think both Ben and Ivy have bad breath. BO, or like the dogs, like anything like that, I really can't handle. It's like amped up. I'm normally very sensitive to scent in general, like those types of scents I don't like. I don't think anybody likes them, but I'm like, I like really don't like them. I have a hard time. Like cigarette smell too, like if somebody's been smoking, like I literally have to walk away. Those are some things that have just been like heightened in third trimester. As far as cravings go, sugar, which is so interesting because I don't feel like I craved sugar this much with Ivy, or just like ate sugar so much. Even like orange juice, I'm just like, I need it all the time. I've been eating a lot more like ice cream, soda, baked goods, chocolate, dairy, which isn't necessarily soda, or which isn't necessarily sugar, but just like ice cream, that kind of stuff. It's just interesting to me because I like sugary stuff, and I'm not like one of those people that gets like kind of addicted to it, and that's how it's been lately. Like I've gone like a couple weeks where I'm having ice cream like every day. I'm going through a lot of ice cream or I'm getting like these chocolate caramel things that are like really good but not great for you, like things like that. I just didn't do that as much in Ivy's pregnancy or outside of pregnancy, so that's been interesting. But then outside of that, I'm just like not as interested in food, which has kind of been on and off this whole pregnancy. Like there's been times where I've been like really hungry in the morning or something like that in second trimester, but I feel like third trimester I've just been like, nothing really sounds good to me. I don't really want to eat anything, which sometimes means that I'll get food out, but to be honest, a lot of times the food out doesn't even sound good to me. So I'll be like, Qdoba is like always a go-to for me. It just always tastes good, but sometimes I'm like, I don't even want that. There was like Indian food a couple weeks ago that was like the only thing that sounded good to me, so I literally got it like multiple times in 2 weeks. I've been struggling with that again. I feel like when this has happened to me in the past, especially in my pregnancy with Ivy or something like that, I have just like eaten shit food because I'm like, whatever, McDonald's sounds great or this sounds great. But this time I have really stuck to obviously not eating egg, because that is an allergy, and I've like actually noticed a significant change since cutting out eggs. So to me it's like not necessary. And then I've really been good about cutting out gluten, which is something in the past I've really struggled with because I haven't seen like huge differences in how I feel, but I've still cut it out this time, and I've been really good about it. But I've been eating a lot of sugar, which then counteracts that problem. Things for myself. So this is just like things I've been doing that have made me feel okay or a little bit better this third trimester. One of the things I have is showering every morning and getting ready as much as I can. I just feel like last pregnancy, postpartum, even like just in regular life, I have struggled the last few years because of how much weight I've gained, and I don't like the way that I look, so I just stopped taking care of myself in general. I've noticed taking a shower every morning. If I have time, I don't do it every single morning, and most of the time it's literally just less than 5-minute body rinse with like using my face wash that I talked about, and just like rinsing myself off and standing in the hot shower for a couple minutes to just like wake me up. It just feels rejuvenating, and it's something that I want to try to do as much as I can postpartum, because postpartum, bleeding, all that stuff, I just tend to like really not feel good in my own body. So I'm glad that I started this habit ahead of time. And then even getting ready, I've slowed down a little bit in the last few weeks. I've gotten ready less. I'm really tired. I'm not sleeping well at night. On the days that I like do my hair, which I don't even do my hair that often because I don't wash it that often. I washed my hair last night, so I straightened it and it'll be good for a couple of days. I put on some makeup and I put on like an outfit. It's technically a skirt and a shirt, but it's like the most comfortable skirt ever. It just makes me feel better. So like find those little things that make you feel better. Maybe like for me, also getting my nails done is something that's on this list. Not something that will be able to fit in our budget moving forward, but like I've continued to get them done even though I could have cut them out because it makes me feel better about myself. I've always been like a girly girl. I like that kind of stuff. But if that's not you, just find things that you like. Take a shower in the morning, put on a little mascara if it makes you feel better, put on some lotion. You know, just do little things that like make you feel a little bit more yourself. And I think that that has really helped me, especially on the days where I'm like really tired. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be reminded every time I look at my face at how tired I am, so I put on a little bit of makeup. Or I've been wearing my glasses a lot because they cover my big eye bags because I'm so tired and swollen, but it just makes me feel a little bit prettier. A couple of other things I've been doing for myself is coming to terms with what I can do energy wise and utilizing screen time a bit more than I would prefer. Sorry, my heat just turned on. Ivy's been watching a little bit more Miss Rachel and Elmo / Sesame Street. I feel bad about it a lot, but I think I feel bad about it because I assume other people are judging me because that's, everybody talks about how bad screen time is. But I'm very pregnant. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I was working for a long time. I'm exhausted. And some people in their pregnancy, which I also talk about, have like a ton of energy and can like do things up until the second that they give birth. And that's just not my experience. And that doesn't make me a bad mom. It doesn't make me a bad pregnant person. That's just what it is for me. Kind of allowing myself to take naps, to take things slow, to put things off, things like that are really hard for me because I thrive in productivity. It's just like not where I'm at in my life right now, and that's okay. It doesn't make me a bad person. And kind of going along with that, which I kind of said, but just like understanding that my experience is different than other moms that I'm seeing on social media who are working out or only eating salads all day or taking their 3 kids to do a bunch of stuff, and like they just seem like they have so much more energy, and I'm getting up and like cleaning the house and then I can't move for the rest of the day. And just like understanding that that's my experience. I think a couple of other things that have just come up for us personally in this 3rd trimester that I wasn't necessarily expecting was that I lost my freelance job, which was the only thing that was bringing in income for me. So that's been just difficult to deal with. Like I've never not brought in an income since I was like 16 years old. So it just feels weird to me to not be providing at all for our family. That's also given us the space to kind of test it out because that's what I think we're moving toward, as me being a stay-at-home mom, not necessarily bringing in an income unless YouTube works out. And another thing has been just diving into feeling super vulnerable. I feel like this 3rd trimester, especially toward the end, I'm just feeling I want to be like with Ben more often. It's like a primal thing, not even like in that way, but just in the sense of like he's my safe person, so I want to be with him because I feel safe, because I feel very vulnerable right now. Like I just do, like I want to stay home more. I want to keep myself safe, keep the baby safe, keep Ivy safe. I'm very nervous about this birth. I had a traumatic birth last time, so just kind of working through those things and just feeling very supported by my husband has been really helpful. That has been something this time I feel like that I've really let myself kind of dive into, that like super feminine kind of like, anyway, I've just been like kind of diving into that feeling. Last couple things, let's talk about doctors and symptoms. So as far as doctors, I continued to see maternal fetal medicine throughout my pregnancy. I stopped doing on Christmas Eve. I found a better OB who I love. Well, I don't love, but you know, I feel very safe with her. Things like that. I passed the gestational diabetes test, which I was kind of nervous about, and my doctors definitely thought that I wasn't going to pass it based on how big the baby was, but I passed it with flying colors. I didn't gain weight until these last 3 weeks, but I have put on a good amount of weight, almost 10 pounds in the last like 3 weeks, which has been a little bit hard to see on the scale. It's just is where it is. And I also started seeing a chiropractor which helped with some of the pain, which kind of dials into symptoms. Total weight, I've gained about 25-ish pounds. I don't know how much I've gained yet this week. With Ivy, I gained 23 that I know of, but I didn't get weighed that last week-ish of being pregnant, so I don't know if I gained any more. But I'm just over 25 pounds in this pregnancy. I've had a lot of pelvic pain, a lot of back pain, and a lot of round ligament pain in my body, which is why going to the chiropractor has been really helpful. I've definitely had more anxiety, which has come up a lot in this trimester, and I think it's just because I haven't like thought about the fact that I have to give birth again here soon. That's just come up a little bit more for me, but I still feel like my medication that I've been on has been really helpful. I struggled with food again at the end. The baby has had a lot of movement. It's moved so much, which is sometimes very painful, but it is very exciting after having Ivy, who like I barely felt because I had an anterior placenta. The baby is big, a lot of stretch marks, all of those things I've talked about throughout a lot of my videos, but Ivy was also big. She was 9 pounds 5 ounces when she was born. Looks like I'm on track to have another big baby. I have not been sleeping well at all, so that's been a little bit hard. Like this whole pregnancy, I've just like not slept well at all. I either can't fall asleep or I wake up like 300 times throughout the night, so it's just not a great time for me. And then the last thing is I just feel like Ivy has changed a lot in the sense that she's been going through more of a clingy phase, and just you can tell that she can tell that something's changing. That's been difficult to deal with, both like in my heart, like emotionally, knowing that she's feeling unsettled, but then it's also been difficult just dealing with a lot more personality changes, more tantrums, more clinginess, things like that. It kind of makes sense. She's also 2, which I feel like is when things like that happen, but then also having another baby plays into that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry I had to rush the end, but my sister-in-law probably is sitting in my driveway right now, so I need to find my phone. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.